I'll be honest, it spun me out. I woke up and I saw Boosie talking about my King Von documentary. It was crazy, but he had his criticisms similar to what a lot of other people have said. And I'll be honest, like I feel like maybe Boosie watches the rest of the documentary. He said he only got like 30 minutes in, right? I feel like maybe if he checks the whole thing out, I don't know. Let's see how he feels. Vlad, I spoke to Vlad very briefly recently. Shout out to Vlad, man. He's one of my idols, to be honest. Someone I really respect and look up to. He did say in the Boosie piece, I think Vlad did say he hadn't seen the documentary yet. Once again, I think if he watched all the documentary, I think he would understand. Like, because Boosie, I guess Boosie is kind of coloring Vlad's response in a sense that Boosie is saying it's all cap. So Vlad's kind of like, oh yeah, it's all cap. I wouldn't make that. But at the same time, Vlad wouldn't make that because Vlad is the king of interviews. He would never make a documentary full stop. So I don't even disagree with his statement that almost like he would never do that. But Vlad is the king of documentaries and sitting people down and asking what people would consider police-ass questions. People think Vlad's the police when really he's just great at his job. He's a great interviewer. He doesn't have a badge. People were saying Von was the realest rapper to ever do it. And to me, I felt like I just wanted to make a video. I didn't care how long it was. I just wanted to explore, start to finish. Is Von as real as they say he is? And I'm not trying to convict him. He's not alive anymore, but like, I'm not trying to trick him or convict him or like paint some kind of narrative, paint anybody as a bad person. I was really just trying to do like an objective overview of all the things that Von said, all the things that Von really believed in. Like he believed in realness. His beef with Youngboy, was marked by clips of Von jumping on social media and saying, "Youngboy, you got cap in your raps. You're not really what you rap about. Like I'm the realist." So I knew a video that would really capture people's attention and interest would be a video that just tried to answer the question. Like, was Von as real as they say he is? That's the question that's been debated in forums and record stores and barbershops and nightclubs all over the world. And I just wanted to make a video that addressed that. I didn't know that it would be this big, but at the same time, I did feel like it was going to be one of my bigger videos just because I felt like I was really trying to answer a question that I myself, like, I didn't even know. I personally don't think it's right for people to disregard the entire documentary and say it's all cap. As Boosie said, YouTubers don't, unless they were there in the car on the drill, they don't know what's going on. Well, actually, I feel like that attitude is really disrespectful to like the families of the victims and people that were impacted by the violence that did take place. For you to gaslight and essentially deny that these killings took place, it's all well and good if you don't believe Von was a serial killer, but 7 people lost their lives. And, I discussed those people by name in the video. And, I've had families of people that had passed away that were discussed in the video contact me and essentially say, appreciate you kind of exploring this story, and we didn't get justice. We're still looking for justice, and then unfortunately, I doubt they're ever going to get it. But honestly, I don't take any disrespect from it. I take it as a great badge of honor to be on the radars of Boosie and Vlad. And to be honest, I have been thinking for a while to do a feature-length Boosie documentary. So I might have to give that one a go, actually, see how that goes down. The beef could be frying after that one. I was a big fan of Von's music, but I had never sat down for 2-3 months I spent on this video and just said, let me just read all his tweets and just work out for once and for all, like, did he really do that shit? And my conclusion was ultimately, it seems like he did. There were a lot of people coming at me during the weeks after I dropped the Von video. So, there were some situations that are still loose ends and some that were tied up. I didn't get a chance to squash things with Von's cousin Balo. At some point he was actually going to join a live and we were going to talk. I don't have any hard feelings. I know, he had been part of an effort to get the video taken down, and it was down for like basically opening weekend when I dropped the video. It was down for like 3 or 4 days. But at the same time, I would be open to having a conversation with him at some point. I would, maybe the dust has settled on that now. In the King Von video, I try and give a lot of extra context to how, he lost his father. He was killed by a sniper when he was like 11, and just taken for a moment, even in the Von documentary, where I do paint a picture of him as a violent and, as a bad man. But essentially, I do give the credence to kind of his past and his history, as far as like the difficult upbringing he had, the difficult environment that he came from that essentially made him this, as he would describe himself, a demon. Look, when it comes to making a video, like my goal is to try and create the most comprehensive record of basically the information that's publicly available. Look, people want to say that I'm the police and Vlad's the police. Like, look, let's be real. if I was the police, I wouldn't tell you, but I'm not the police. Okay. Like, I'm not undercover fed. I don't have access to the FBI database. I'm watching King Von's lives. I'm reading King Von's tweets. I'm listening to his music. I'm just dealing with the information that's out there already. Von said he had 7 bodies. Here's what, here's who people say they are. Like, are we not allowed to have that conversation? I think a lot of people are mad that we're just even having that conversation.
Are you a fan of the craft of hip hop overall? Like that's a lot of your criticisms that you only focus on the murderous, the gangster shit.
Look, I wouldn't be able to do this and sit there and make 3.5 hour videos about rappers if I didn't love hip hop. And my love of hip hop it doesn't predate gangster rap, because gangster rap was around before I was even born, but it really predates this. It predates drill music. That's for sure. I grew up, we're talking, I would have been like 9 years old listening to Jay-Z, Eminem, DMX, hiding the CDs under my bed. And to me, hip hop culture and hip hop itself, it was all about success. It was all about these guys, whether it was Eminem or Jay-Z, people that came from real tough environments, whether it's the projects of Marcy or the trailer parks of 8 Mile. Hip hop was kind of about these guys that had nothing but this talent and this craft to like tell their story in entertaining and fun ways that you could vibe to, you could party to, you could play in the car, you could enjoy these songs and these stories. And for me, like, I grew up in a small town in the south of England. Like, the music, these music, like Jay-Z and Eminem, this music really painted a picture of a lifestyle that I couldn't have imagined. And maybe some people think that that's wrong, or like, that's sort of some kind of, like, I don't know, voyeurism or something. But like, hip hop was kind of sold to me as a kid of just like, get Jay-Z's The Blueprint or whatever, and it's an insight into this lifestyle, this guy's story. I don't know, man. I'm always open to criticism, but nobody has really come with anything to really prove that Von was like an angel, or that he didn't kill the 7 people that he rapped about killing.